My name is Ukomwapan. I am the rich son of a classroom teacher. In this channel, I share with you ideas that can make your business grow. And today, I'm going to talk to you about the topic that says, do not do what you like. Do not do what you like, or stop doing what you like. Yes, basically, stop doing what you like. You know, a lot of people will always tell you that when you are starting a business, you should look for something, pursue your passion, go for something that you like. Now, the question is, what if this exact thing that you like is not what people are willing to pay for? Let's say, for instance, you love painting, you love arts, you love drawing, you love nature, you love so many other things. And you're staying in a rural community where people will not pay for art. That is your passion. What you love doing is painting and art. But will people pay you for what you love doing? The truth is no. Absolutely no. So if you're staying in such a community and you need to make money and you need to make ends meet and you need to survive, you have to provide services that people will want to pay for and not what you actually like. You see, when I tell people about my journey in entrepreneurship and my journey in business, I like to go very practical. When I graduated from the university, I was not posted for service immediately. I was not posted for NYC immediately. So I stayed for over a year and my result was having issues at school. I had to do different things to survive. After staying for the first few months where I was welcomed in the house, it turned into something else. I was becoming a problem. Having a son who claimed to have gone to the university and then now it's time for every other person to go for NYC and he's still at home was a problem. It was indeed a problem. My parents could not just stand the sight of seeing me at home every time when people were going for NYC and so many other people were doing so many things. Now, the problem was not with me. I never had a carryover. I never had any stuff that I never failed in any of my courses in school. And besides, I don't even know what failing in a course felt like. I don't even know what a carryover felt like when I was in the university. I was a good student. Yes, I can remember that. I can beat my hand on my chest and say, yes, I did my best when I was a student. But you see, the problem with the Nigerian university system is that sometimes you go to school and people just mess up with your results and then you don't get what you're supposed to get at the right time. So I had this period where I was waiting at home. I went back to the village. I used to tell people I did not grow up in the urban center. I did not grow up in the town. I grew up in the village. So my parents stay in the village. I went back to the village. At the village there were only few things which I could do to survive. And I had to do it. I had to do what I had to do to survive. Now, I have passion for media, I have passion for so many other things. But in the village where I was staying, the only thing that could give me money at that point was a free motorcycle that was there. Now, my dad had a motorcycle that he was using occasionally to move to some places. He also has a car uh, that he uses, and most times he goes around with the car only if it is a very important occasion. My dad is a retired teacher. So, the only available resources we had in the only available resources we had in my house that I could lay my hands on was that motorcycle. I had to do Okada. Now I was so shy that people would say, graduate, you don't come back on do Okada. So I decided I wasn't going to be doing the regular Okada like every other person, but I was going to be doing my own Okada at night when every other Okada man has gone to sleep. So I decided the first day I stepped out around 7 o'clock and I was just riding. I made sure I filled the tank. I added enough petrol in the tank so I can roam around till maybe around 12 or so. I'm not sending you, I'm not telling you to go and do exactly the way I did. But what I was doing is I noticed that in my rural community, once it's evening, most of the regular Okada men will go to sleep. They'll go to their houses, and if people needed to leave the community and move to maybe the town or maybe to the nearest place where they can get a bus to the town, most times in the evenings and late in the night is always very difficult. So I became the available Okada man at that point. Did I like doing it? The answer is no. Was that my passion? The answer is no. So if someone tells you that if you have to get into business, you have to do only the things that you like, the answer is the truth is that that person is setting you up for failure because you do not always have to follow your passion. Doing what you like may set you up for failure because most of the things you like doing, people may not be willing to pay for it. As an entrepreneur, as a small business, or as someone who has an entrepreneurial mindset, you should be looking at the services that people are willing to pay for and not the services that you enjoy providing. Of course, in your later days in business, you may need whatsoever service that you enjoy providing in order for you to keep doing it and to keep doing it daily. But I'm saying, if you're just starting out, you may not have so much resources. You may not have the luxury of waiting to do your passion. So, why go for something that you feel that you like doing when there's something that you can do at the moment which you don't really need to like but can fetch you money? If you see such a thing, do it. I did the Okada not because I liked it, but I made so much money from the Okada business that I didn't ask my parents for any support anymore. At some point, my dad called me one evening and said, Ukobong, made your Okedo wooden. Say for Nanam, I want you to know that I'm proud of you. It means Ukobong, you're a man. And I want you to understand that I'm proud of you. He was not proud of me because I was doing the Okada business, but he was proud of me because I explained to him my situation, and he saw me deciding as a man to do the things I had to do just to get out of poverty, just to liberate myself from being a beggar, because I hate to beg. Being an Okada man is nobody's passion. Nobody will ever pray to be an Okada man, but I did that because it was just what I needed to do at that time, and it was just what people were willing to pay for. The next thing is, people don't care about what you like. That's just the truth. Nobody cares about what you like. People only care about what they can get from what you like. Well, let's say for instance, the Okada business. If I actually liked the Okada business, okay, that I did, and there were people who were willing to pay for it, it means that I am making money from my passion. That would have been a different case. But in this case, I never liked it. Okay, I didn't like the idea of hopping on the bike and then getting to pick people from place to place and commuting people from a different location to another. I didn't like that idea, but I had to do it because it was my low-hanging fruit and it was what was available for me to do. Do not let anybody fool you. Do not let people, do not let motivational speakers deceive you that you have to follow your passion. Your passion may not always pay. It will be very irresponsible for you to follow your passion that is not paying you money when you have things that are not your passion that can actually pay you money. It is irresponsibility for you to do that. You are irresponsible to yourself, you are irresponsible to the nation, you are irresponsible to your economic growth, you are irresponsible to your future. So you should stop that nonsense. Stop the nonsense of saying, I'm following my passion, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. If your passion does not pay you, find something else that pays you enough for you to be able to concentrate on following your passion. I just told you that nobody will pay you because of what you like doing. People will only pay you if what you like doing is helping them to solve a problem. People will only pay you to solve a problem. They won't pay you because you like what you're doing. Okay, if you think you love what you're doing, listen to me. Human beings are very selfish beings. Human beings are selfish beings. I am a very selfish creature, and you are also a very selfish creature. So you need to understand that people will not pay you to be you. No, nobody will pay you to be you. Except being you is either entertaining others, which is also satisfying their selfish need, or being you is solving the problem of another person. That is when people will pay you to do what you like. So if you're getting into business just to do what you like most people say, I got into this business because it is my passion. My dear, if you love cooking, in a particular environment, and you notice that most people in that environment are cooking in their homes, they prefer to eat homemade meals and not eating outside, and your passion is just cooking, you'll be wasting your time because that's not exactly the kind of place where you need to be. That's not the place where people are going to pay for such a passion. But what if you love cooking and you are maybe in an urban center where people are very busy and they always need people to cook for them? In that case, your passion will pay. But if you stay in a place where people can conveniently have the time to cook for themselves at home, then you're wasting your time. You should rather, in that case, look for what people are willing to pay for and not what you like doing. Another case is, I see a lot of youngsters that say they have passion for tech, okay? And they have passion for content creation. They have passion for this and they have passion for this. The irony of the fact is your genre of content may not be what people will appreciate immediately. And for you to stay relevant in that or in whatsoever you are doing, you have to look for something else which you do not really like that can finance whatsoever you like doing. So I'll advise, if you're a young person, if you're someone who is just starting out and you have ideas, you have things you want to do, you want to be a content creator, at the moment it may not really pay you. Yes, in the long run it will pay, but find something else that will be able to at least feed you so that you continue pursuing your passion. Find something else that will at least give you the financial liberty to be free enough to pursue that passion, to do what you like. And if what you like is what people are paying for, keep doing it. But if what you like is not what people are paying for, what people are willing to pay for, please, 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 and please stop deceiving yourself. Stop being emotional about it. Your emotions won't solve any problem. Stop being emotional about it. Get out of that business. Get out of whatsoever you're doing. Snap out of it. Do what can give you money. And then when you make money from what can give you money, then you can now pursue what your passion is. Now, another thing I'm going to talk about is having to rely on validation. Having to rely on the validation of people for what you do for you to make money. Um, a few months ago, I was talking to a female friend of mine. She has been a very good friend for a while. And then she went for NYC. When she was back, she was telling me how frustrating it is to stay in the house. That someone suggested to her that fufu business is really moving. But she said, look at me now. I'm a fine girl. I'm a graduate. I can't do fufu business. And I told her, look here. If you're hungry enough, if you have the need for money, and it is fufu business that can give you that money, drop your fine girl in the cupboard. Do the fufu business and do it with swag. Add a touch of excellence to it. Bring your skills from school into that fufu business and make the money. Then when you make the money from the fufu business, you can finally pursue your passion. Ladies and gentlemen, dear business owners, dear small business owners, it is not enough to do what you like. Sometimes you have to do the things you don't like to make money to do the things you like. My name is Ukobo Akpan. I am the rich son of a classroom teacher, and I like to call myself the small business doctor. In this channel, I talk about small businesses and the things that small businesses can do in order to improve their finances and in order to stay relevant. I also try to encourage people who are not yet in business to start business. If you're new here, please like this channel, share, and subscribe to get more updates when I post contents like this. I always try to put up contents like this weekly, and sometimes I do it twice a day, sometimes I do it 3 times a day, and I also put up shorts too. I try to make it not so boring because I know that life is already very boring. I try to incorporate some funny videos that I see from around the internet where people can maybe entertain themselves in my short, and maybe sometimes I don't leave them there for a very long time because of copyright issues and stuff like that. Unless someone shares it with me, I'm like, hey, I love this video. So I share it with my business community for people to see. So like this channel, share, and subscribe. And if you know my shop physically, please tell a friend to tell another friend to tell another friend that I'm doing that particular business and patronize me. Try to patronize me because I know go come your house, come bake for food. Thank you very much.